This is CBS News 8 at 11.
We are not protesters. We are protectors. And that is an awesome...
Tonight, a show of solidarity in San Diego as the calls get louder for President Obama to permanently stop construction of a controversial oil pipeline. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Barbara Lee Edwards.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The head of a Texas company building the $3.8 billion Dakota Access Pipeline told employees today they're committed to the project. That despite strong opposition and a federal request to voluntarily halt construction near a Native American reservation in North Dakota. CBS News 8's Richard Allen is live downtown with how San Diegans joined a national day of action against it. Richard.
Carlo and Barbara Lee, the Dakota Access Pipeline may be more than 1,000 miles away from here, but today more than 100 protesters who filled the front of the federal courthouse say that this project poses a threat to all Native American communities, as well as an environmental threat that cannot be ignored. Tuesday evening, San Diegans stood in solidarity with the Standing Rock Sioux tribe in North Dakota, calling on President Obama to permanently stop construction of the $3.8 billion Dakota Access oil pipeline that runs through 4 states, including North Dakota, where Native tribal members there have launched a massive protest.
This is not a game.
Critics of the 1,170-mile-long pipeline say this project will disturb sacred ancestral burial sites.
Yeah, it's disturbing, very disturbing.
And will also threaten the quality of the community's water supply.
It's going to affect everybody downriver from the Missouri River all the way down to the Mississippi River.
Yeah, we must respect Mother Earth. We must protect our water, we must protect our climate, and we must protect our future.
While more than 1,600 miles away from the project itself, protesters locally joined a growing chorus of critics with almost 200 other similar demonstrations to shut down the pipeline project held across the country.
It is so heartwarming.
Rebecca Phillips, who happens to be visiting San Diego, is an environmental scientist who lives just a few miles from the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation in North Dakota.
The Dakota pipeline needs to have a thorough review for environmental impacts that was not done.
It is our given right, our birthright to stand for our water, to stand for our land, to stand for the promises that were given to us many, many, many moons ago.
Now, the company behind this pipeline project, Energy Transfer Partners, says that claims the project will impact water quality are, quote, unfounded. Today, its CEO said he is confident that as long as the government decides the fate of the project based on science and engineering, in his words, quote, the Dakota Access Pipeline will become operational. Barbara Lee.
Hundreds of people gathered in San Diego today to protest the Dakota Access Pipeline. The Standing Rock Sioux tribe, other Native American tribes, along with environmentalists, are protesting construction of the North Dakota-based pipeline. They want President Obama to stop construction on it. Besides San Diego, there were 180 other protests across the country today.
Our hope is that through all these events with thousands of people around the country, that it will bring more attention to this issue and the need to stop this pipeline and honestly leave fossil fuels in general in the ground and transition as quickly as possible to clean energy.
Last Friday, the federal government temporarily blocked construction on an important part of the pipeline a few miles north of the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation.
Hundreds of San Diegans gathered downtown tonight to protest an oil pipeline being built in North Dakota. Members of local Native American tribes continue to support the Standing Rock tribe. Dozens of local organizations met in front of the U.S. District Courthouse downtown to protest the construction of that mega oil pipeline in North Dakota.
They are also very concerned because the pipeline is running across some of their ancestral lands. It's just near their reservation.
The Sioux tribe says the pipeline threatens water supplies along the Missouri River and disrupts, as we heard, sacred burial grounds. 3 federal agencies stepped in to suspend construction last Friday. The company building the pipeline says it is still committed to putting the pipeline into operation.
Several hundred San Diegans converged on downtown tonight to protest a planned oil pipeline halfway across the country. People rallied against the Dakota Access Pipeline that would carry oil from North Dakota all the way to Illinois through some tribal lands. The proposal would bring parts of the pipeline dangerously close to a water supply for Native Americans in that area. That's their claim. Last week, President Obama issued a stop on construction temporarily, calling for a closer look at its impact on both the environment and tribal communities. Tonight's protest was one of about 180 events happening across the country.
Gracias, Claudia. Esta tarde manifestantes en San Diego se sumaron a la protesta nacional contra la construcción de un oleoducto en Dakota del Norte. Nativos americanos, asociaciones y residentes se reunieron frente a la Corte Federal en el centro de San Diego para manifestarse en contra de lo que consideran podría ser un riesgo ecológico, así como la destrucción de las reservaciones de nativos americanos.
Más que pararlo, estamos tratando de proteger uno de los recursos naturales como el agua. No es simplemente el hecho de parar por parar las cosas, ¿no? Es un peligro para los recursos naturales de esa zona y es por eso que estamos intentando que rectifiquen con respecto a la construcción de esa tubería.
San Diego es una de las muchas ciudades que se unió a esta manifestación nacional que le pide al presidente Obama detenga de manera permanente la construcción del oleoducto en Dakota del Norte.